Well, happy new year everybody. Another new year and some lovely weather, but it's absolutely freezing. It's freezing now. It's 0 degrees. It's got to about -7 last night. So anyway, I'll just show you what I've done to prepare everything for winter now. I did a long video, about 30 minutes, with loads of time lapse and digging all my compost out, doing it all. And I got home and all my files were corrupted on my camera, so it was a bit annoying really. So anyway, I'll just show you what I've been doing and at what stage we're at. So as you can see, my main bed now, what I did, I weeded it all, completely weeded it all, and then I got my compost out. I've only managed to get about 300 litres of compost out this year out of my compost bins there, and I put that on there, about 2/3 of it, so there's about a centimetre, so not a lot, but it's just something to give it a bit more nutrients. And then I've added all the spent compost from my tomato plants and things like that I could manage, and just covered it up basically, so it's just like a mulch now. The worms did start to take it in before it started to freeze, so that's what does all the work for you with the no dig. All the worms just take it all down, improve the drainage and the aeration, and take all the compost and nutrients into the soil. So that's the main bed done. Carrot boxes, they're all empty now. Well, empty of carrots. I've pulled them all up, and the reason why I made a new couple of carrot boxes is because these are absolutely bust now. They've just dropped to bits, they're that old. So that's why I made a carrot box. I've got to do, that's my last video, I'll just showing you how I make my old little carrot boxes. So they need emptying out, and then I'll fill the new carrot boxes, so we should be good to go for next year. Still got a few turnips in. It was a really hard frost last night, so the leaves are a little bit limp, but they're still edible, so they'll perk up again when it warms up. So still got a bit, and that's about all we've got growing left now, as well as these cabbages. A few little red cabbage, no leaves on, just the heads there, but they'll stay fine for a while yet. They're very hardy. And a bit of kale. So that's about all we have growing. So I've done exactly the same with the other beds. These are the smaller beds, so I've just completely weeded them, put as much compost as I could on, just to cover any weeds or any seeds up that might start germinating, so it's all nice and fresh and clean for next year. Still got some of this American landcress growing. It must be so hardy, because like I said, it was about -6 or -7 last night. It's still actually frozen, but it'll come back. So that seems pretty idiot proof. The American landcress, it should grow all winter, so you still take a few little leaves of that, so that should be good. That's where my sweet peas were, done the same there. Now this bit got tons and tons of foxgloves seeded in it, because I don't really use it for anything. So instead of weeding it, I thought I'll leave them, because there must be 100 foxglove plants there. So if they all survive the winter, there should be a heck of a display of foxgloves, because I do like my old wildflowers. So like I said, I've just left that bit there for next year, so we should get a good display. So into my polytunnel, still not fixed my door yet, that blew off in the storm. So exactly the same again, just cleaned everything out, put some compost on, basically just put it to bed for 3 months now. So this is where I grow my rhubarb, and obviously everything's died back down now. But what I've decided to do this year is add a load of the 6X fertiliser, it's called. It's basically a chicken pellet fertiliser based, so it's quite high in nitrogen, which rhubarb does like. So I've put absolutely tons of those 6X fertiliser pellets on, so hopefully that should start getting into the soil, and in a couple of months when they start coming up, they should benefit from it. So into my final area, this is my asparagus bed. I only planted them last year. They grew some asparagus and they went to ferns, so perhaps next year, I know you should leave them 2 or 3 years to grow and mature, but if an odd little spear comes up, I might take just enough for one meal and see how they get on, or it might have all died off over winter, but we'll never know. So that's the asparagus bed again, all just composted up and left to go. So this is an area that basically it's been quite neglected for a number of years. I've never added any compost or anything to it, and I've walked on it and all sorts. So in that time it's just become absolutely compacted, rock hard clay soil. So I've done what you shouldn't do as a no dig, but I had to. I've dug it over, and I've dug it over because I want to incorporate loads of sharp sand, as you can see. Give it a bit more drainage. I'll put as much compost as I can in to try and improve the soil structure. But yeah, this freezing weather should help break it down now that it has been dug over. So you've got to start somewhere with this no dig. So like I said, I've not put any compost on for years and years and years. That's why it's certainly lacking in substance. And this is my leek bed, which is quite similar, quite neglected really. Still grows things really well, but I've decided to add some more sharp sand to this just to aid the drainage. Now, one thing that has been a disappointment this year for some reason are the leeks. As you can see, I pulled them up because they'd all just froze to death basically. They were absolutely enormous, so I don't know whether it's because they grew so well and they grew a bit sappy, if you will, so they weren't particularly robust for the winter weather, but I would say about a third of them just prematurely died before Christmas. So I don't know what it is. I never feed them. They reckon you shouldn't feed leeks after sort of June time because it, you know, to stop it putting sappy growth on, which won't withstand the weather. But I didn't do that, so it's a bit of a mystery to me that. But I'm going to try a different variety next year. I've got a really winter hardy one, so we'll see how they get on. So this is my shrubbery and garden bit. So it's really grown this year. Absolutely, must have got its roots right down, and with the hot weather, because I only planted these as little plants about 2 or 3 years ago, and they've really taken. That's all the ferns. They die back but come back every year. Little miniature thing there. I've forgotten what you call that one. Well, Mahonia I think you call that. Quite a nice plant. That's taken well. I think that's an Akuba, and I don't know what that one is, but the leaves go red when it gets older. And this is one of those fake hollies, quite expensive, but it looks like holly and spiky, but it's not particularly spiky at all. But quite a nice plant. That's growing in half a barrel. So that's my shrubbery. It's doing quite well. It's filling out now, fills a bit of space up. So that's about it, folks. That's everything done really now. I don't need to do much until about end of March now. Well, the start of March is when I plant my garlic out, but until then now everything's pretty much done. A little bit of tidying up to do, so pretty much can forget about it for a couple of months now that it's all been prepared. So I hope everyone has a good growing year this year, 2026. Let's hope it's a cracking year. And that's about it, folks. I'll see you later.